From WDTN, the station that's working for you, this is 2 News at 6.
Now at 6, a shooting in Dayton leaves one toddler in critical condition. That child is now fighting to push through. 2 News reporter Jordan Bowen has been on the scene. He's at Dayton Children's with the latest.
That's right. That child is 2 years old, and it's here at Dayton Children's Hospital where they're suffering from They're in critical condition right now. That child was struck by a bullet while traveling in this silver car. That same car crashed into a tree near the corner of James H. McGee Boulevard and Gettysburg Avenue just after 12 p.m. The gas station clerk on that same corner says the 2 adults in the car came running inside with the child in their arms, yelling for the clerk to call 911. Now, according to the clerk, the child had a bullet wound to the head and was bleeding. Authorities believe the shooting happened just a few blocks north of the crash. Police say they recovered at least 3 bullet casings there, they believe, that are related to the shooting.
We think that it happened down by Blueberry, but until the final interviews are done, the exact location has not been determined yet.
Now, authorities are still working to find that suspect, and as of right now, no one is in custody. Reporting live in Dayton, Jordan Bowen, 2 News, working for you.
A major turnaround today after some severe weather hits the Miami Valley. Our weather team has been tracking the aftermath and what we can expect this weekend. Let's go to meteorologist Steve Norris with a first check of your Storm Team 2 forecast.
Yeah, Beershell, just a quick update. We did have 2 confirmed tornadoes here in the Miami Valley that happened last evening. One in Darke County around Arcanum, another one in Wayne County. They were both EF0 tornadoes, extremely unusual for the month of December, certainly just before Christmas. Look at Live Doppler 2 HD. All is quiet here in the Miami Valley. We have dry conditions, not expecting any rainfall or snowfall, certainly no snowfall this evening, where they are getting a lot of rainfall over the deep south. They are seeing very stormy conditions, in fact, and heavy rain across parts of Georgia, Alabama, over into Mississippi, and they've even had a little bit of snow off to our west over parts of Iowa, now on up into parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin, and they will have a white Christmas because some of these areas picked up a quick 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow. Certainly for us, it's going to be a mild Christmas, a green Christmas here. We do have a little bit of cloud cover off to the north. Most areas, though, seeing a good deal of sunshine. How about this beautiful picture from our Stall Vision camera, our beautiful sunset over the Miami Valley? If you're going to be heading out this evening, temperatures will be in the 40s and low 50s, so not all that bad. Specifically, take a look. 51 degrees at 8 o'clock, down to right around 50 at 9 and 48 at 10 o'clock. Beershell?
And as Steve said, it won't rain tonight, but some residents throughout the Miami Valley are feeling the sting from last night's heavy storms. Today, National Weather Service officials are working to determine whether or not a tornado touched down in Miami County. They say for the city of Troy, this type of weather activity is not out of the ordinary.
My guess is it's the winds that has caused this, and there was some rain last night, and it was heavy at times, but primarily the wind damage.
It's just a little chaotic. It wasn't really that big of a deal. You just got to assess the situation and take it in steps.
Now, officials say if you find any downed utility poles or have suffered some damage, call authorities immediately. Many people are headed out tonight and dealing with much calmer skies out of the Dayton International Airport today. 2 News reporter Tyler Yutzka caught up with holiday travelers, a few getting their Christmas plans pushed back.
Clear skies at the DAY on Thursday, a dramatic difference compared to heavy rain and strong winds the night before, causing a few delays. For travelers Alan and Lyad Bernard, it wasn't the weather slowing them down on Christmas Eve.
And our flight was delayed because of mechanical problems. Then it was canceled. And it was scheduled back for this afternoon, and it was too late to make our connecting flight.
Creating ample time to sit and wait.
It's all good as long as we get there.
Ted and Jenny Puderbaugh are waiting for their son's flight to come in.
But they had a fog and rain in Philadelphia this morning, so he had a 20-minute delay getting into Philadelphia and then getting back out again.
A minor inconvenience.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Forgotten about with a hug. Jonathan Guzman has a much longer wait for his flight before he gets to see his family.
Like about 3-hour delay, but they moved me ahead on another flight, which I'm going to be able to make my connection, but everything has been okay. But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of delay right now.
He'll be missing Christmas Eve dinner, but says during his flight he'll be keeping an eye to the sky for a jolly guy.
But I'll be arriving at 11:30 p.m. together with Santa Claus.
Tyler Yutzka, 2 News, working for you.
And you can check flights at the Dayton International Airport by heading to our website at WDTN.com. And if you're experiencing any travel issues, you can head over to our website as well. That's WDTN.com and click Report It to share it with us. Another storm-related fatality is confirmed today in Mississippi. A woman died following the severe storms in the state last night. Officials say a 7-year-old boy was also killed in Holly Springs when a tornado picked up and tossed the car which he was riding in. At least 18 others were hospitalized. Hundreds of homes were leveled when about a dozen tornadoes touched down throughout the area. And Red Cross is now setting up a shelter for displaced families. They say while the damage is devastating, it could have been much worse.
We have located everyone. We have no reports of anyone missing at this point. And like I say, this was our 3rd sweep that we went through this morning in the daylight. So we feel 100% confident that the emergency is over as far as anyone not being located in Marsh County.
It's unreal what you see from the air. We're going to have millions and millions of board feet of pulpwood and timber that's damaged and down. Many homes that's got severe damage. It's just unreal. You'd have to be in the air and looking down to see it to really realize how bad it is.
Officials say at least 4,000 homes are still without power. A warrant is now issued for the arrest of a man authorities say is a murder suspect. The shooting happened just after Thanksgiving in the 1900 block of Palisades Drive in Harrison Township. This video is from the vigil held for the victim, Sean Benson. Montgomery County Sheriff's officials say 18-year-old Caleb Willis from Cincinnati is charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of tampering with evidence, and 2 counts of aggravated robbery. A man indicted for causing injuries to his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter will appear in court on Tuesday. 30-year-old Andrew Nason will be arraigned at 8:30 a.m. in Montgomery County Common Pleas Court on the child injury charges. He will later be arraigned at 1:45 on Monday as well in the Dayton Municipal Court on charges related to his arrest yesterday. Once again, the Montgomery County Prosecutor's Office is partnering with Heidelberg Distributing and AAA Miami Valley to offer free cab rides home. The Arrive Safe program is only for Montgomery County residents and is good for a fare up to $50. It runs this weekend for Christmas and again on New Year's weekend. The number to call is on your screen there, 449-9999. The warm weather was a welcome change for a Christmas Eve tradition for some people in Virginia. For years, the water skiing Santa you see there has been a fun time for residents, but people still winced at the thought of someone being crazy enough to be on the cold river. Today, people were in T-shirts and shorts. The water skiing Santa does this every year before he climbs into his sleigh for his long ride around the globe. Where in the world is Old St. Nick? Just ahead, we'll tell you which part of the world he's traveling in right now. Exoskeleton technology makes its way to the Miami Valley Hospital. Just ahead, a local teen it's serving. And new at 10 on Dayton's CW, holiday homecoming. An Ohio couple is celebrating a Christmas miracle tonight after their dog comes home after being missing for 3 years. We'll have that story and more tonight at 10. Santa is already on his journey to deliver presents to houses tonight. And if I heard correctly, meteorologist Steve Norris, we're tracking him and he might be somewhere that's a bit warmer tonight.
That is absolutely right. We have tracked Santa from Athens, Greece to London, England last time, and now, and he's moving very quickly. He has already crossed the Atlantic Ocean and is now in South America, specifically Rio de Janeiro, or Rio de Janeiro, I think as the locals pronounce it there. But nonetheless, Santa really moving very quickly, delivering those packages, and I would guess the next stop would be off to the north, which would be parts of the United States. So kids, make sure you get to bed early tonight and leave out some good stuff for Santa to eat. He will be hungry, and I don't know if he'll be all that cold because, well, temperatures tonight will only be in the mid-40s for overnight lows, and your Christmas Day forecast, there you see it, 58 degrees. The normal high this time of the year is 36. So we will be more than 20 degrees above normal on Christmas Day there on Friday. But Beershell, after Christmas, the rain is going to move in. It could be heavy, and we may be looking at flooding rains by the first part of next week. I'm going to have all of those details coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Steve. Now, technology that can be found only in one place aside from right here in Dayton. The Exo-Robotic Exoskeleton is now available at the Rehabilitation Institute of Ohio at Miami Valley Hospital. It can be used to help patients who have had a stroke, traumatic brain injury, spine injury, or those who are suffering from extremity weaknesses. Physical therapists can program the battery-powered to power step, length, and speed. For one Alter High School student, it means learning to walk again with some help.
The first time I did it, it was really slow. You know, I could have never walked across the room, you know, with just two people helping me. I had multiple people there helping me. I had a walker.
The high school senior suffered a spinal cord injury in a surfing accident in 2012. Now he says he hopes the exoskeleton will help others who are suffering as well. Volunteers give back to those who are behind bars this Christmas season, and a pizzeria known for helping the community has done it again and then some. The details are just ahead. Spreading Christmas cheer in a place that might not be so cheery. It's an example of what's working in the Miami Valley. Volunteers and the Clark County Jail chaplain worked today to share Christmas cheer with the inmates at the jail. The majority of the gifts handed out were clean undergarments and cookies. Officials say about 1,000 cookies were baked by a local church, giving about 4 cookies per inmate. For those incarcerated, they say they're just thankful they're not forgotten this season.
It's just so nice, and they have the biggest smiles on their face. It just really lights your day up. I believe in punishment, I believe in incarceration, but I also believe while they're here to reach them with inspiration, with encouragement. And we see a great response when we do pass these things out.
A program called Christmas for Inmates Kids also makes sure kids who have incarcerated parents are able to receive gifts this holiday season. And the spirit of giving is strong at Bada Bing Pizzeria. This year, they're working to feed the homeless again. After the pizzeria opened its doors to those who were hungry on Thanksgiving, its owner said there was an outpouring of support from the community who wanted to help as well. Bada Bing says with that support, it's able to give back in a major way.
It's good to be blessed. We opened up Bada Bing downtown just over a year ago, and the community has just done nothing but just bless us here, and so it's nice to be a blessing to other people when we can.
Now, the giving doesn't stop there. Yesterday, Leanne's Dairy Delight caught fire. Shortly after the fire, the owner's daughter set up a GoFundMe page asking for donations. Bada Bing's owner says he wanted to help the dairy stand, so he started the page. He shared his page, to business owners and others in the Facebook community and asked for help. At last check, more than $5,000 was raised within 20 hours of the page being created. Free basic dental care was offered today by the dentist at Comfort Dental to anyone who came into their offices. The Christmas Eve special began 30 years ago and takes place around the country, including several locations right here at home.
This is just kind of our final touch of giving back to the community. We accept all patients here. We try and help as many people as possible, and this is just our last way of doing it before the end of the new year.
Last year, Comfort Dental gave away more than $1 million in services and saw 4,700 patients nationwide.
It has been a beautiful Christmas Eve here in the Miami Valley. Temperatures very mild in the 50s today, and that's some 20 degrees above the average, and we'll be pretty much right back there on Christmas Day tomorrow. If you're going to be heading out this evening, and I know many of you are, to exchange gifts or have dinner with family and friends, not bad. You can just probably get by with a light jacket. Temperatures dropping through the 50s into the upper 40s by 11 o'clock. Tomorrow, there's a slight chance of a shower south of the city for the most part. Maybe 20-30% chance of seeing that. That's about it. But otherwise, temperatures rising into the mid and even upper 50s across the area. Live Doppler 2 HD showing dry conditions here. It's not dry over parts of Missouri and Iowa and Wisconsin, Minnesota. They've even seen a little bit of snow, a few inches of snow, in fact, over Iowa and now into parts of southwest Wisconsin. So those folks, they will have a white Christmas, but most of the United States will not have a white Christmas. A very wet Christmas Eve across the deep south. They are getting any number of strong to severe thunderstorms. Once again, some isolated tornadoes in parts of Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, on up into the Carolinas. So rough weather for those folks. That's that same system that impacted us last evening. That brought two confirmed tornadoes, one in Darke County, one in Wayne County, right here to the Miami Valley. They were EF0 tornadoes, but nonetheless, a day or two before Christmas, and you're talking about confirmed tornadoes here. Extremely unusual, to say the least. 45 degrees right now at the International Airport. We do have a breeze out of the north at 5 miles per hour. The dew point at 36, and that barometer has been holding steady at 30.08 inches of mercury. Temperatures, pretty wide range, actually, from 41 degrees in Wapakoneta and in Bellefontaine, all the way to 50 degrees at Springboro. We have upper 40s there in both Wilmington and Oxford, 48 degrees there in Wayne County. Yes, you were the recipient of that tornado right around 5 o'clock last evening. So very mild conditions for the next several days. If Christmas can't be white, well, it may as well be mild. We'll be about 20 degrees above normal mild tomorrow. But then after tomorrow, a system is going to move into the Miami Valley over the weekend. And this system, it's a frontal boundary well off to the south right now, but it will move over the Miami Valley, kind of drape itself across our area and then stall out. And that means several rounds of rain all the way from Saturday into probably early Tuesday morning, it looks like right now, and the forecast models that we look at are hinting at the potential for several inches of rain in that period, and we do have the potential for flooding. The ground is saturated with all the rain we've already received. Here's a look at future track, and there's that frontal boundary as it makes very slow progress off to the north as we head through the next 24 to 48 hours. Again, it will kind of zigzag back and forth and then eventually kind of move right on top of us and stall out at midnight tomorrow night, Friday night. It will still be dry at that time, but maybe some light rain showers into early Saturday morning with heavier rain moving in as we get into the afternoon hours there on Saturday. Your forecast tonight on this Christmas Eve evening, 45 degrees, variably cloudy, dry and mild, no problems whatsoever. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to you and yours. 58 degrees, mostly cloudy, a slight chance of a shower south of the city. Otherwise, look at that 7-day forecast, and wow, look at Saturday, Beershell. We are talking about a record high of 63 degrees. Yes, a lot of rain Saturday through early Tuesday, but those temperatures very mild until about Wednesday, Thursday of next week, and then we get more seasonable into the 30s for highs. But enjoy tomorrow.
That's right. You know, it's hard to believe we're in December and we're looking at 60
tornadoes,
degrees,
heavy rain, mild temperatures, record-setting, unbelievable.
As long as it's great weather for Santa to travel, nothing else you can ask for. And we're going to head over now to sports.
2 Sports, powered by Ford.
Scoring in Denver on Monday night could be at a premium. The Bengals defense is tops as far as points allowed. The Broncos defense ranks best in the NFL for fewest yards allowed for both passing and rushing. It'll be a big challenge on a big stage for a pair of backup quarterbacks. Brock Osweiler for Denver, A.J. McCarron for Cincinnati.
One thing I can say is I spend a lot of time preparing myself. You know, each week I'm up here early, and I don't want to let the guys down. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is being prepared, knowing my job, knowing when to get us in the right situation, when to, you know, check out of a bad situation. So, you know, I feel comfortable with everything, though.
One thing about the Christmas holiday, it sort of takes the edge off as far as the pressure surrounding the Bengals-Broncos game. There was even a different line of questioning from the local media.
Do you prefer hot chocolate or eggnog?
Probably eggnog.
Do you have a real tree or a fake tree?
We have fake trees.
Is it easier having a fake tree?
I don't know. I have the Christmas angel takes care of everything. I'm not very helpful. I have one job.
Do you have anything on your Christmas list?
It comes after Christmas.
What would be the best Christmas gift you guys could give Cincinnati this year?
Oh, win in Denver.
That's it?
Yeah.
Anything beyond that?
I'm saying for Christmas. You said Christmas. You didn't say for the year, you know. Of course we want to win the Super Bowl, but it started off this week, so we got to take care of one game at a time.
Up on Ohio's North Coast, the Browns are preparing for a Sunday game at Kansas City. The Chiefs are an interesting story. They are the first team in NFL history to win 8 straight games immediately following 5 straight losses. As for Cleveland, Mike Pettine's team will be playing for win number 5 on the season. They've lost 8 of the last 9. Perhaps some irony here that at the end of the season, the Browns training complex in Berea will be undergoing some renovations. The team probably needs some remodeling as well.
As the season winds down, it's a matter of getting our players individually and making sure that they can assess themselves. What did they do well this year? What did they not do well? What do they have to work on? And then kind of compare that to our opinion. We'd like to have all of our players leave the building with a plan to get better and show up here with a great head start in April.
For those who like FanDuel or DraftKings, the Grinch could be coming to steal away your favorite pastime. Illinois is joining with New York as states who claim the online fantasy sports betting is in fact illegal gambling. In fantasy sports, participants wager money by picking virtual teams of real professional players. Winners and payouts are determined by the performance of those players in actual games. Fantasy sports are specifically defined as legal under federal law, but states have the rights to regulate or prohibit forms of online gambling in their state. If Wednesday's opinion holds, DraftKings and FanDuel will have to stop accepting participants from Illinois and New York. And this is likely to be decided by Congress down the line, I'm thinking.
All right, so that'll be my section of fun
there
to
you
deal
go.
with. So I have to ask you, are you hot chocolate or are you eggnog?
What's the eggnog have in it?
No, I don't know. We'll find out later, and we'll also get a final check of your forecast. That's coming up.
And we're looking at a very pleasant evening tonight, Michelle. Very nice if you're going to be heading out and about. Look at tomorrow, Christmas, 58 degrees. That is unseasonably mild for this time of the year. Record-setting highs on Saturday, and then heavy rain moves into the Miami Valley.
All right, some good traveling weather for Santa.
Yeah.
Always good. And we'll figure out if Hutch actually likes eggnog or hot chocolate. I'll let you know later. See you tonight.